So Docker service create -- name grafana -- publish port 3000 because that's the default port for grafana. And I'm using, it's not exactly an official image because it's not grafana, it's grafana/grafana, but it's almost as good as an official image. Colon 3.1.1. All right. We wait until it comes up. So preparing means that it's pulling the image from the library. Now it's starting, and now it's running. Awesome. I go back to my web interface here, and this time I connect to port 3000, which is the port for Grafana. It's going to ask me to log in. So by default, it's just like admin, admin. And then I have to set up Grafana, so I have to add a data source, and then I will create a dashboard. So I click on the Grafana option here, data source, then I add data source. All those operations are also detailed in the slides, because the very first times I did that, I myself like constantly fumbling up. I'm going to call it snap. Say that it's type InfluxDB. The URL will be http:// don't fall in the trap, don't put localhost, because if you had Grafana and InfluxDB running on the same machine without containers, then yes, you could use localhost. But here they are on two different containers, so it's different localhost as well. So here I have to put the IP address of any node of my cluster. Colon 8086, access direct, database snap, and add. And if you got all the parameters right, at the bottom you should see data source is working. If you see something yellow, even if it doesn't give a clear error message, I mean, sometimes you would expect a big red thing telling you got it wrong. If you get something yellow saying warning, maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, it means it didn't. Yep. Why localhost doesn't work? Right. So that's because Grafana runs in a container. So if it connects to localhost, it's the localhost of the container. Yes, InfluxDB is a service, but InfluxDB is published. And I mean, no, that's not what I meant. It's a service, so yes, it's published. So it's available on localhost 8086 when you are on the node. Like, if I'm on the node right now, so if I do curl localhost 8086, it tells me, yeah, 404 page not found. I don't know exactly what's the API that I should talk, but something is responding to me. However, if I do like docker run -ti CentOS, and now I do curl localhost 8086, connection refused. Because each container has its own network environment, so the localhost of the container is its own localhost. This would be a different story if the container was running in host network mode, but that's a different story. Okay, so I have my data source configured now. All right, add data source, double check everything. There is even a screenshot to remind us of all the parameters we should put. Now we are going to create a dashboard. Yeah.
Could you use InfluxDB instead of the IP address?
Could I use InfluxDB instead of the IP address? Not quite. As is, no, I couldn't. But what I could do, however, is when I create the service, I could add an extra option that would be dash, I think it's dash host, and then I could pass a custom mapping like InfluxDB : 54.205. blah blah blah, and then yes, it would work because in my container, when I would resolve InfluxDB, it will resolve to the IP address. All right, so now I go back to the Grafana menu here, and I go to Dashboards, and I click on New. And here, that's the best part of the UX is that you have to guess that you're supposed to click on the little green tab here. Took me a while to figure that one out. Add panel, and here you put like graph. So at first it just pulls up like some random test data. So we are going to select snap as the data source. Then we click on that expression here. And so which measurement do we want? Well, I want CPU usage. And I'm going to put a where condition. So where Docker ID is, well, I would like to see the CPU used by InfluxDB. So I'm going to find the ID for the InfluxDB container. So Docker service PS InfluxDB. It's on node 4, so SSH node 4. Docker PS, and InfluxDB is here. So the ID is 7C3 something something. Where ID equals 7C3 something something. Yep, that's it. All right. So this is the CPU usage for InfluxDB. The thing is that it's a counter. So it's not like, I mean, this is the total number of seconds of CPU that have been used by InfluxDB since it's been running. A little bit like an electric counter. So we have to compute the derivative of that. So here I add derivative. I put on 1 second. And now instead of having like a straight up line, I have the squiggling thing which looks more like CPU usage. Then I'm going to say, okay, just give me the last 15 minutes. Yeah, that looks more like a CPU graph. And that's it. That's how we got like the whole metrics pipeline, and that's how I can check the CPU usage for one specific container.